You to Thrive Here Live in the town of Huntersville. Today we have a super heavyweight as my host today, or special guest today. He is the top guy of Mecklenburg County. Today we have County Manager of Mecklenburg County, Mr. Mike Bryant. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Commissioner Quarles. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here this morning with you.
Oh, man, I am very excited. And not only am I excited, I let several people know that you're going to be on the show today. And there's a lot of people within the audience, whether it's Facebook or other social media platforms, looking forward to this question and answer session with, again, the top guy, Mr. Mike Bryant.
Oh, wow. That's good. Good. I thought you were going to say I was going to crash your ratings.
I don't know. The ratings may go off the charts here, but and that would be a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Man, you are one sharp-dressed brother.
Oh, stop.
Oh, my goodness.
Stop. Stop it.
Is that your version of dressing down right there?
I got to get back before you get home to put this back in your closet. So, yes.
Oh, man, I've had some great guests on this show, but none to have dressed like you, man. I tell you what, man, it's like having I've had some pretty ladies on the show, not being sexist or anything,
Sure.
but they make me look good when people looking on Facebook. So, man, you make me feel like I'm dressed up, man.
Well, listen, you're good at fashion as well. You do pretty good on your own. I've been checking you out, too.
I'm going to have something to show you and those listeners out there in a few minutes. But before we get started with the program, as a fellow Eagle and a proud graduate of the North Carolina Central University.
That's right.
Now, you know how tense the rivalry is between A&T and Central.
Yes.
Did you catch that September 20th game? And if you did, how did you celebrate that victory?
Well, let me tell you, Commissioner, I was actually in Chicago with a couple of my college buddies from North Carolina Central because, as you pointed, I am a proud, not once, but two-time graduate from North Carolina Central University. I attended their undergrad, where I obtained my Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice, and then I went back a year later to obtain my Master's in Public Administration. So I am a very proud Eagle. And while in Chicago, hanging out with my friends, we were also watching the game, at least monitoring the score. And the final score, 62-20.
Yes.
North Carolina Central University.
Yes.
Oh, we were overjoyed. We were texting and calling our Aggie friends, just rubbing it all in. And for those who are not familiar with the rivalry, I would equate it to Michigan and Ohio State.
I agree, yeah.
Where, Commissioner, you throw the records out the window, and if you don't win one game, you have to win that rivalry game against North Carolina A&T.
It is huge.
I'm so proud of the university, Coach Oliver, the players, because obviously not only does he focus on the sports part, but the academics as well.
Absolutely.
So we have a really good sports program at North Carolina Central University, and we have the bragging rights once again this year, clobbering North Carolina A&T 62-20. 62-20.
And that's called rubbing it in.
Right.
I want to rub it in just a little bit more
because
for those who are watching, I did this. I want them to sit here and watch the rest of this.
Look at that.
I want them to watch the rest of this show here, Mike.
You are real.
They are going to love this.
Okay, you are represented.
Yes.
And your bracelets too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if they want to hear the rest of this segment, they have to sit here and watch this.
I love it. I love it. I keep rubbing it in.
I love it, man. I love it.
Eagle pride.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Now, Mike, you're not a stranger to this community.
No, I'm not.
And I have long appreciated your leadership.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And for those who are not familiar with you, could you just please share a little bit about your background and your journey?
Sure. I'm happy to do that. Let me start off by saying, Commissioner, I am the product of faith, family, and fortitude.
Amen.
I have been in this community the majority of my adult life. Been here almost 23 years, to be a matter of fact. And this is home.
Yes.
This is where my wife and I, we raised our kids.
Yes.
This is where we worship on Sundays at Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. This is the community that I have grown to love.
Amen.
So, being here since 2003. And as you mentioned, I already talked about North Carolina Central University in Durham as well. So, but being in the organization since 2003, it has provided me an advantage because, I've had the opportunity to grow at various levels of the organization.
Okay.
From a frontline employee as an analyst to a mid-level manager to the director of the Office of Management and Budget, and then also being promoted to a member of the executive team as a deputy county manager. And then here I stand today, which tomorrow, by the way, will be my 90-day anniversary serving as county manager.
Congratulations.
Time flies when you're having fun. Thank
Yes.
you. And over the course of the year, I've had the opportunity, I've been blessed to work for some really great leaders here in Mecklenburg County. First, when I joined the organization, Harry L. Jones Sr.
Yes.
was county manager, first African-American male to serve in that role, African-American period, to serve as county manager. And then also Dina Dorio, who was the first female
Yes.
to serve as manager for Mecklenburg County. So, I've learned so much watching them from afar, working with them closely as well. And then prior to coming to Mecklenburg County back in 2003, I've had the opportunities to work in the governor's office. I also spent some time with the city of Durham and Granville County as well. I spent the majority of my professional career, Commissioner, in public service.
That's awesome.
And I love what I do. I love the people I work with, and I enjoy serving the community.
You say you love what you do. That is something that I say quite often as a commissioner. I love what I do, and I do what I love. I had a fundraiser just yesterday,
Okay.
and when the wonderful young lady Allison gave a spiel about me, she said, when I met Edwin years ago, well before he became a commissioner,
Wow.
he was telling me what he was doing for veterans. He have a passion for serving, and to hear what you were just saying, it shows that you have a passion for service. Your journey led you to service, and that's phenomenal. And then you worked in the governor's office, and I'm thankful. I don't know if you know, but Governor Cooper appointed me as the 12th Congressional District Commissioner for Veteran Affairs,
Wow.
and I was just reappointed by Governor Stein. I love serving. If I'm not reelected, I'm still going to be in the community serving because it's not something that I do just for show. It's just something I do because it's in me. And as I've gotten to know you, I can see it, I can feel it. They say know them by their fruits. I can tell by the way you carry yourself. You are truly a blessing to this town. I'm sorry, matter of fact to the town, but the county. We're blessed to have Mike Bryant as our county manager.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I would be remiss, Commissioner, if I didn't say thank you for your service as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And all that you're doing for the town of Huntersville. You and I have sat in some meetings together.
Yes.
And your advocacy for this community is second to none.
Oh, thank you so
And
much.
they are extremely fortunate to have someone of your caliber and your passion for
Yes,
public
sir.
service to serve this community as well.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. We have some bills we need to pay. We're going to come back. So those of you who are in listening land, we'll be right back. So don't go nowhere. I'm glad to have County Manager Mike Bryant in the office with us
Sounds
today.
good. Eagle Pride.
Eagle Pride.
We'll be back with more after this on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. On the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Got a Toyota? Get it serviced at Quality Car Care of Statesville. Looking for a great pre-owned vehicle? Quality Car Care has you covered at 2040 Old Mountain Road. Visit qualitycarcarestatesville.com.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday beginning at 5 p.m. and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club 704-872-9990 for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tee times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by dial-up radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
LKN Love Delivered. Show off your love for Lake Norman with unique lake apparel, home decor, and other gifts from LKN Local. Made by locals, for locals. They even hand-deliver their quality products to select zip codes. Shop lkn-local.com today.
Locally owned, community and faith-driven, Varsity Zone HVAC of Mooresville is your hometown team. Licensed experts who live where you live. From comfort to care, we've got you covered around the lake and beyond. Visit varsityzone.com and stay cool, Lake Norman.
All right, we're back with more from the Town of Huntersville on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back. We're Thrive Here Live in the Town of Huntersville. I am Commissioner Edwin Quarles, and today I have a special guest, the top guy with the Mecklenburg County. He's County Manager Mike Bryant. I'm so glad to have Mike here in the studio with me today to learn more about himself. We talked about the great North Carolina Central University Eagles. Now we're going to get into more about Mecklenburg County as a whole.
Yeah.
Mike, what is the county's mission and priorities under your leadership?
Well, Commissioner, the mission is the same. That hasn't changed, and that is to improve the quality of life of all of the residents here in Mecklenburg County, all 1.2 million.
Wow.
With an average of now 157 individuals moving to this area on a daily basis. It's very important that we focus on improving the quality of life, and how we go about that. My way of doing it is anchored in what I have termed as an organizational reset plan, where I am putting in place a performance management framework that will help us define the return on investments that we are making in the community, also doing a deep dive assessment on our budget, and also internally completing a cultural assessment. And then, of course, everything that I do is centered on our board priorities.
Yes.
Our board at their retreat last year identified board priorities that include education, environmental services, economic development, services for seniors, workforce development, and reducing racial disparities. So those are the priorities, as well as how I intend to achieve those priorities moving forward.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the 1.2 million residents. That is huge, and you said return on investment. One thing I can say that I'm proud of as far as a commissioner here in the town of Huntersville, Consumer Affairs rated Huntersville as the 4th best place in the state to live.
Wow.
Yes, and speaking of return on investment, of the 552 municipalities in the state, when you look at the top 25 as far as population, Huntersville is the 16th largest. But many people do not know that Huntersville has the lowest personal property tax of the top 25 as far as population.
Get out of here.
And use the return on investment, but we had to do an increase of taxes when we first got on the board because
Okay.
we received a lot of debt from
Yes,
previous boards.
that's right.
But we had bills to pay. We wanted to make sure we kept a AAA bond rating.
It's important.
But with that, some people use the scare tactic and say, "Oh, they raised it 30%." But when you go to the grocery store, you don't say, "Well, I'm going to buy some eggs," and they raised the eggs 200%. We speak dollars and cents. And what we did is, with that tax increase,
Yeah.
we were able to hire our first full-time fire department in Huntersville.
Oh, nice.
We never had a full-time fire department.
That's right. That's right.
We were short-staffed with police officers.
Mhm.
Now we have hired 10 new police officers. We've
Awesome.
hired more school resource officers.
That's awesome.
We have civilian crash or traffic investigators so the
Yeah.
police can stay on the force. But I don't know if you saw that we gave all of our police officers a $4,800 pay increase
Wow.
across the board. And
Wow.
then we increased the starting salary for new officers to where now the town of Huntersville offer the highest starting salary of any of the police forces in Charlotte Metro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So we have great return on investments,
Okay.
and that's without raising taxes in 2025, 2026. And the way we have things laid out now, we very well may not have to raise taxes in 2027. It's called smart growth.
Yes.
And you just need to, again, listen to your constituents. We heard them talk about police and public safety. I think it's going to be hard for anyone to argue that they have not gotten a great return on investment when you're looking at a nickel increase or the average home pay additional $12 to $18 a month
hmm
for that type of return.
hmm
That's phenomenal.
I could not agree more. And I will also add that that is a good example of the fiscal discipline that your town manager, Anthony Roberts, and his team
Love
has
the
in
guy.
place.
Yeah.
That guy is great. Of course, very seasoned and experienced in this work. And just the accomplishments and the services that you've just laid out is a good example of that as well. I don't stay far from Huntersville. Although I have a Charlotte address, I live only a couple of miles from here. And, I brought my family, particularly when my kids were younger. We hung out at Discovery Place for Kids.
Love that place.
It's a great place. It's very educational for my kids to go there and play and learn all at the same time. So this is a beautiful town. So I'm not surprised in terms of how it ranks in comparison to the others.
You mentioned Discovery Place Kids.
Yeah.
That is our tourist attraction.
Yeah.
And as we work on revitalizing our downtown, I think some of the things that they plan on doing in the future is going to only enhance the businesses that we bring into town. It's going to be huge for a sales tax that
That's
we
right.
can bring throughout the town and the county, which is phenomenal. And you mentioned Anthony, but we cannot leave Jackie Huffman out of this equation.
That's right. Jackie is what I would say the secret sauce.
Absolutely.
Jackie and I, we go back. I know Jackie. She is a member of an association that I served as national president of the Government Finance Officers Association of the U.S. and Canada. And when I talk about someone that is very knowledgeable and
Oh, my.
experienced, particularly as it relates to public finance,
Yes.
she is amazing and a great resource for not only the town but the community as a whole. And I had the privilege of working closely with her as she and the other managers and leaders in this community worked together to put together this medic evaluation, this medic
Yes.
assessment. And Jackie made sure that the town of Huntersville's interests are represented
Yes.
and reflected in the RFP that is out there,
hmm
and also being considered of the others as well.
She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, she did say to me, Edwin, I would love to have coffee or lunch with Mike Bryant. So I'm laying that out there.
Jackie, let's do it.
All right.
You have my email address, Jackie. Let's do it. And like I said, I don't live far from here, so I'd love to not only just have coffee, but break bread
Absolutely.
and have her depart some of that wisdom that she has to me.
I have learned so much from her.
She's phenomenal.
Coming in green, I think I've been able to become a brown bean
Yeah, yeah.
easier and quicker because Anthony and Jackie, they're just phenomenal.
They're a great tag team.
Yes.
Yeah, I jokingly say, I told Anthony, particularly when we were working on the medic study, I said, I hate to see Jackie coming
Yeah,
because she's bringing it.
absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
And speaking of that, now I'm aware that change doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
But you must start somewhere.
Mhm.
With that said, Mike, what are some of the changes that you've made since assuming your role?
Sure, that's a good question. As manager, we have the authority to restructure the organization so that it aligns from our perspective to meet the board and community priorities. And
Yes.
that's what I've done. One of the first decisions I made, Commissioner, was to create a new Office of Housing and Community Development.
Okay.
Housing is a challenge, not just for city or the county or the town. It's a community challenge. And my board of county commissioners identified affordable housing as a priority that dates back to 2019.
Okay.
And in response to that, organically, the investments that we made were spread across the organization as a whole. And by me creating this new department, it enhances accountability.
Yes.
It centralizes those investments as well. And it also provides the opportunity for us to further define what is our role in this space and also what is the strategy that we're going to utilize
Yes.
to move forward in affordable housing. Really excited about that. And then also I created a new position. It's a assistant county manager
Okay.
position that will focus on upward mobility,
Wow.
emphasizing workforce development and
Mhm.
economic development as well. I believe as an organization we do well in that space. However, I want that responsibility to be a full-time focus for a senior level individual in my office. So they too can define that strategy
Yes.
and be a resource to our residents to help them improve their quality of life, particularly from a workforce standpoint. Really excited about that.
Speaking of new position, now I know no one person can lead an organization as big as Mecklenburg County alone.
Oh, yeah.
Can you please tell me about your executive team? I understand that you have both new and familiar faces helping you carry out this mission.
Hey, man, call me biased, Commissioner, but I have a rock star studded executive team.
Wow.
I've added 2 new deputies to
Okay.
my team. Both of them have 30 years of experience. The first one, Michelle Atreed, who is from Prince Williams County, Virginia, and she is responsible for the internal support operations. Very critical,
Okay.
critical, as well as Michelle. I also hired Kim Campbell from Broward County, who's
Okay.
over Health and Human Services. And then the other 2 that remain on my staff is Derek Ramos and also Dr. Leslie Johnson.
Okay. Man, I just saw Dr. Leslie Johnson a few weeks ago. She was in the Pottstown community.
That's right. That's right.
She's phenomenal. That lady is really cool
She
and
really
so
is.
laid back and
She really
modest.
is.
Like, man,
Yeah.
turn the volume up some. But
Yeah.
but she is really, really, really cool. But,
Very sharp. Yeah.
yes.
Between, Derek, who's been with the organization for quite some time, Leslie's been around longer than I, 23, 24 years. And I can't wait for the community to get to see what Michelle and Kim has to offer. And collectively, we're going to do some phenomenal things in this community.
That is awesome. So what we're going to do again, we're going to take one more break, get these bills paid so I can keep coming back here on Mondays. But we're going to get some bills paid. We'll be right back with Thrive Here Live in the town of Huntersville.
More after this on WSIC 1059 100.7 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. On the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
No one should face an empty plate, especially in our own backyard. At Angels and Sparrows, we are feeding families, fueling futures, and fighting poverty every day. But we can't do it without you. Help us keep our plates full. Join our full plate fundraiser at angelsandsparrows.org.
Your Tuesdays just got a lot better. The Good Soul, a feel-good show that dives into the stories of extraordinary people, is headed to WSIC. Host Patty Alvarez brings a sit-down, fun conversation to the airwaves to give you an early week pick-me-up.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western and Wow! For nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
Harness the healing power of horses. With the amazing staff at Willow Equine in Mooresville, we create a supportive environment conducive to healing and growth, dedicated to self-discovery and overcoming adversity. There's a program for you at willowequine.com.
Jay White here from Central Line Realty. We're right in the center of North Carolina, and we put you at the center of everything we do. If you're selling a home, buying a home, or adding doors to your rental portfolio, put the team at Central Line Realty to work for you. Go to centrallinerealty.com and let's get started.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. We are 2 days from the end of federal tax breaks on purchases of electric cars, and the auto industry is bracing for the expected sales slowdown. But that's just the new EV business. The used EV business has never been hotter. Fresh research from Cox Automotive finds used EV sales jumped 34% in the U.S. the first half of this year, fueled by the fact that pre-owned electric vehicles are now almost as cheap as used gas-powered ones. With people holding on to their cars longer before replacing them, right now should be a great time for the auto replacement parts business. But one of the first names in the industry has just declared bankruptcy. First Brands, maker of products such as Fram filters, Carter fuel pumps, Trico wipers, and Autolite spark plugs, says it will continue operating under Chapter 11. The filing comes after First Brands went into debt funding acquisitions that didn't fully pay off. On Wall Street, index is higher. Dow, little change. NASDAQ, though, gaining 1%. S&P up 0.5%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
Friendly reminder, don't brake when you see the lake.
WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, we're back with more from the Town of Huntersville on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back. We're Thrive here live in the Town of Huntersville. I am Commissioner Edwin Quarles, and I am so happy to have a special guest, the big guy for the Mecklenburg County. I call him the top guy, Mecklenburg County Manager Mike Bryant. Again, Mike, thank you so much for being here this morning with me, and I've learned a lot. We've had some fun. Yeah. Now we're going to get into the elephant in the room.
Let's talk about it.
We're going transportation.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, here we go. All right, now that the Mecklenburg County Board of Commissioners have approved the authorization for the Metropolitan Public Transportation Authority, MPTA, what role is the county playing when it comes to the transportation referendum?
You know, Commissioner, that's a really good question. I appreciate the opportunity to share with your listeners the role that the county plays relative to this subject matter. My board has made it very clear that what their role does not entail is to persuade voters on how to vote on this topic. Our role as a county, it really boils down to three major steps. The first one, when the state approved the legislation, our job was to take the necessary steps to place the question on the ballot on November 4th.
Yes.
For individuals to decide
on
whether or not they want to support that legislation. We did that back on, I think it was August 6th.
Okay.
We had a public hearing.
Yes.
Where, Commissioner, we had 90 plus speakers sign up.
That was a long night for you guys.
That was a very long night, very long night, longer than some of my budget public hearings. However, it was time well spent.
Yes.
Because it was very important to allow our residents the opportunity to express their opinions on this legislation prior to the board taking action.
Correct.
Which they did approve to place the question on the ballot. Then the next item, which we took this step a little earlier this month of September, is to approve the ordinance and the resolutions that will allow the new transit authority, if the vote passes, for the new authority to be stood up.
Yes.
Okay. Our board did make that decision by voting in favor to stand it up.
Okay.
If for any reason, let's say that the the vote does not pass, then there will be no authority.
Correct.
But in the meantime, we have to be in a position by the end of the calendar year to stand up the authority. So
Okay.
that's why that work has occurred in advance of the actual election.
Smart.
And then the third step is actually underway, Commissioner, where we are in the process of identifying the individuals that will serve on the county seats.
Okay.
And it's not just the county there's a total of 27 seats, and the towns, the city of Charlotte, and the county, we all have our number of seats.
Yes.
And we're working now to fill those. The deadline for applying for the county is October 13th.
Okay.
And then a subset of my board will interview
Okay.
those candidates and make a recommendation with the intent of all the townships, the city, and the county, identifying those individuals to serve so they'll be in a position. So if that question passes, the authority be ready to go at the end of the calendar year. That is the responsibility that the county has. It's
Yes.
not to advocate. It's not to, be a proponent or opponent. It is to simply place it on the ballot, stand up the authority, and select individuals that will serve in our 6 seats.
And it's the same thing with us here in the town of Huntersville.
Mhm.
We don't go ahead and tell people you need to vote for.
Mhm.
I believe in just laying the information out.
Mhm.
But I do tell people if you have any concerns about traffic
Yes.
and infrastructure right now,
That's right.
this is what this bill would do.
That's right.
You get a lot of people now. There's a lot of scare tactics out there, a lot of misleading information. But if you're concerned about traffic and infrastructure, dig into the information very deeply and understand the numbers and what that 1 cent can do for us.
Well, you're absolutely correct. When I am asked, I try to just respond. Not try. I actually respond with the facts. I
Yes.
don't lean left. I don't lean right. I simply say, if it is approved,
Yes.
you're talking about up to $20 billion over the course of 30 years
Yeah.
coming to our community, where 40% of that will go towards rail, another 40% will go to roads, and then another 20% will support bus as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that that revenue will give us the opportunity to address the traffic congestion and increase mobility. And if it doesn't pass, then we'll have to find an alternative.
Yes. Now, you may have just answered that, but if the pay fact is passed for the
Mhm.
1 cent sales tax referendum, how will the residents in northern Mecklenburg County benefit from that?
Yeah, well, in addition to what I said, I actually wrote the numbers down. 40%, again, designated for roads will support local road and safety improvements like sidewalks, lighting, bike, and lane. But what I really want your listeners to know specific to the northern towns, in the first year, the projection has Davison receiving 3.1 million, Cornelius receiving 5.8 million, and Huntersville receiving $12.4 million.
Yes.
Coming to this community, coming to the northern part of Mecklenburg County. As you also may be aware, there will be a rail line that will run from uptown all the way up to Iredell County as well.
Yes. Wow. Now, could you imagine if it passes?
If it passes.
That's money that is not a burden on our taxpayers because the 3 towns alone will not put in that much that they're going to receive back from this sales referendum. We can use that money for public safety and so many other things to enhance our communities because the town of Cornelius was listed as number 2 best place to live in the
Wow.
state.
Wow.
Huntersville being number 4,
Wow.
but Huntersville is a fast-growing town, so I think those numbers need to be looked at from all those who are very serious about the bill itself.
Yeah, and I will tell you that my colleagues, both Anthony Roberts, Andrew Grant, and Jamie Justice up in Davison, if it passes, they have a plan in place in terms of how they would utilize those funds to benefit their respective communities.
Yeah. Now I know, for example, Atlanta. It seems like we're heading in the direction of an Atlanta, and yeah, we understand that the state controls the budget for highway or DOT. Any other ways you think we could prevent having the same problem as Atlanta?
Well, certainly, I do believe that if it passes, that the governance of the transit authority is very significant and important because they will be defining the guidelines, the guidance, the procedures, the policies on how to utilize those funds.
Okay. Mhm.
So, sir, I do believe that that is one way, and it's probably the primary way, the main way on how we can avoid becoming an Atlanta.
Yes.
But again, as I stated earlier, if this doesn't pass from a factual standpoint, our progress towards being like an Atlanta from a traffic perspective will continue. Because if it doesn't pass, then our legislatures, our elected officials will once again have to take another look in terms of how or what can be done to address traffic congestion in this community with the support of administrators as well, obviously.
Yeah. Well, staying with growth, with the rapid growth that our region is experiencing, many are starting to analyze the impact the growth may have on property taxes or property values, that is. How are you and your team preparing for the upcoming 2027 property reevaluations?
Well, Commissioner, that preparation is occurring now behind the curtain.
Okay.
The county assessor's office under the leadership of Ken Joyner, who I gotta give him props. Ken is the best in the business.
Good deal.
Ken actually instructs county assessment across this country.
Yes.
He trained other assessors to do that work.
Yes.
So we're very fortunate to have someone of Ken's caliber lead our property assessment, lead our county assessor's office. So they're working on the communication information, working on that communication plan. Very soon we'll be reconvening our standing meeting leading up to the 27 reval. We will be providing updates to our board. As you may recall, Ken also completes what I call road trips where he goes to the different communities. So he will be attending your town hall meetings, and keeping you abreast of how we are trending and preparing for this next 27 reval as well. So I feel good about where we are, and the team that we have in place to see us through with that.
I see the positives and negatives with the revals. One of my neighbors, well, we own a farm cluster. It's on the 5 houses back there.
Yeah.
But one of my neighbors approached me and said, Commissioner, you guys raised our taxes too much and my house value has gone up too much. And I said, well, if you wanted it lowered, would you sell your house for the lower amount?
Yeah.
He said no.
The reality is, and we experienced this with the last reval, and we briefed our board of county commissioners on this, is that the value increases of commercial isn't keeping pace with residential.
Yeah. So
as a result, you're seeing a larger increase, for lack of better wording, on the residential side as opposed to the commercial side as well. And that's the information that we'll be communicating to the public. And then also we have some programs in place, like our homes program, that would allow those individuals that are eligible to apply for a grant to help offset some of that expense.
Well, knowledge is key, and you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
And when you say getting the information out to the public, that is very important stuff.
It is.
Again, that's how people know. And again, I'm on a board that's so transparent. We want people to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And just by you sharing that information, when it's time for the revow, people will have a better understanding.
That's right.
But excuse me for coughing.
That's fine.
But I'm going to shut it down for a second. We're going to take another quick break.
Okay.
Those in listening land, don't go anywhere. This Commissioner Quarles on Thrive here live in Huntersville with Mike Bryant as a special host today.
We'll be back with more after this on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. We'll get some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd, with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday, beginning at 5 p.m., and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club, 704-872-9990, for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tee times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by Dial-Up Radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. While supplies last, don't miss the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah!
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
All right, we're back with more on the Town of Huntersville on WSIC 105.9, 100.7, 1400 AM. Local starts here.
Welcome back with Thrive Here Live in the Town of Huntersville. I'm Commissioner Edwin Quarles, and today I have a special guest, the top guy with Mecklenburg County, Mr. Mike Bryant. Mike Bryant is a man of knowledge, a man of power. He's making some big moves in our Mecklenburg County. I understand that he's working with our town managers, and that's very valuable. It's all about their relationships. And I have a question coming up here soon about how we can all work together.
Sure.
But you know that my passion is veterans.
Yes, sir.
I share with you that I've been doing things with veterans well before I became a commissioner. And through collaboration with the town of Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, the American Legion, and other veterans in the community. And then the partnership with Mecklenburg County, the county commissioners. You know, we're having a veterans service office that's going to be opening up in January in Huntersville for veterans and their dependents. Just give me your thoughts on this veteran service office that's coming to our town.
You know, Commissioner, whether you may recall or not, this topic was the first meeting that I sat in with you.
Yes, sir.
To really get an understanding of one of your passions and to see how committed you are to that passion and seeing it through.
Yes,
I was deeply impressed. In terms of, I strongly support our not just our veterans, however, and their families too.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I am from Fayetteville, which is a military town. Now, I'm civilian. However, I was raised in a community that also respected and appreciated our military, our veterans, because as you know, that it is the home of Fort Bragg.
Yes, it is.
As well as Pope Air Force Base.
Yes.
So I have, for really in my entire life, had the benefit of being in a community that understands the importance of respecting and showing appreciation for your veterans. And I intend to carry that on as manager. To your point, you know, beginning in January, we have an office up here. To your credit, honestly, I know you're being humble, but this office is coming up to Huntersville solely because of you.
I thank you so
much. And the conversation that you brought to me and my other colleagues as well. And we're delighted for this partnership.
I thank you so much.
And then also, as you're aware, we set aside about $300,000 to complete an assessment.
Yes.
To get a better understanding of what is the demand relative to supporting our veterans so we can make even more informed decisions and determine what investments need to be made beyond the office that will open up in January to support our veterans moving forward. So again, kudos to you for your leadership.
Thank you so much.
And your commitment, because it is coming to fruition now. And I am honored to have the opportunity to continue working with you and other veterans to make sure that we put services in place to pay our respect to
Yes.
those individuals that have put their lives on the line for that we can have the life that we're enjoying here in the U.S.
And you know about one of my disabilities, which is the coffin.
Yes, yes.
That I brought back from Desert Storm.
That's right.
But Mike, I can honestly say that I have not had a pain-free day
Wow.
since the mid-90s.
Wow.
Every day I ache, I hurt. I also been diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome.
Wow.
I'm exhausted every day. I
Yeah.
don't show it, but I take a nap every day because I'm that exhausted.
Yeah.
And I can just sit around and do nothing, or I can do a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this issue. So I just want to make sure that I can keep fighting for the veterans because I know there's a lot of red tape and bureaucracy out there. And I'm just thankful that I am the voice for these people because it means so much to me.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I tell you, you know firsthand that the county, we have a really good veteran service
Absolutely.
division. They do a phenomenal job, and they too were in that meeting,
Yes.
identifying ways how we can improve the service delivery to veterans. Because prior to creating this office that will open in January, our veterans had to, drive down to Uptown Charlotte.
Yeah.
Certainly, there's opportunities to utilize technology,
Yes.
but we can't bank on that.
Yes.
We want to make sure that we are providing services that are convenient.
Yes.
And by having this location up here, they no longer have to combat the traffic that we just finished talking about, but it's services closer to the community. And that's why I can't wait for this assessment to be completed to better inform us of what else we need to do to support the men and women that have sacrificed themselves to serve this country.
Well, with that, how can this community be more involved with the county?
Well, I tell you, there's a couple of ways. The one that comes to mind immediately is getting involved with our advisory committees.
Okay.
We have advisory committees that range from serving on a technology-related committee, park and rec committee, you name it. We have, I think, to paint a clear picture, we have over 40 advisory committees. We have 562 members combined that serve on those advisory committees, but only 10% are from Northern Mecklenburg.
Oh, wow.
So there's a huge opportunity for the residents in this part of the county to engage with us by serving on one or more of our advisory committees, because I am proud to say that my board listened to those advisory committees. They all have an opportunity, which they take advantage of, to report out at our public meetings, the good work that they're doing. That embedded in those report outs is a set of recommendations. And those recommendations often carry over into the manager's recommended budget.
Yes.
So they're not just, it's not time wasted.
Yes.
We are listening. It's very important. So that is the main way I would say that your listeners can get involved, is to visit our website and check out the various advisory committees that we have, find one that's suitable for them, and apply.
Well, please share with them that I send kudos to them. Chairman Jarrell is doing a phenomenal job.
He's great.
We have a great board of commissioners, Elaine Powell.
Yes.
So again, I have that relationship with those individuals, and it's so important that we understand intergovernmental relationships. That is so key. And if we just can continue that bond, we will have a Mecklenburg County that's above anything we've ever had before.
We would. And thank you for the call out on a couple of the commissioners. One, Commissioner Jarrell is a phenomenal chair.
Yes.
He wants to serve this entire community. And, he and I are in constant contact, talking about how we can do just that.
Yes.
And then your district representative, Commissioner Powell,
yes,
phenomenal as well.
Yes.
How she represents this district and the county as a whole is to be saluted.
Yes.
And appreciated, because she too wants to represent everyone.
Yes.
She often gets labeled as just advocating for the environment.
Yes.
And she is a strong advocate for the environment. But there are other areas that she certainly support as well. And for example, at our last board meeting, she was very supportive of a new affordable housing development that is being built
Yes.
in Davison.
Yes.
And working with Jamie, the town manager, as well as the mayor was involved, and Commissioner Powell was involved as well. So she has a strong interest in making sure that services are provided in this area in a quality way.
Yes, and I hope the commissioners don't think I left any of them out, but
Oh,
I'm friends with all of them. So yeah,
no.
but
You
again,
did say the entire board.
They
Yeah,
are
yes, yes.
phenomenal.
That's right.
Let's come back to this area here, Huntersville.
Okay.
The historic Torrance Lytle School is getting a new roof and a floor. What ideas do you have as county manager to move this renovation forward towards refurbishment?
Yeah, I did look into that this morning, and here's what I found out: the roof for the main building was completed. It was replaced, and the county replaced the subflooring in the main corridor as well. We completed about 99% of the planned repairs. The final cost was slightly over budget. I'll say that.
Okay.
However, we were able to offset that. And at this time, we do not have any other plans to do any additional renovations at that site. We completed everything that was planned, the roofing and the flooring. Again, we're at about 99% of completion, slightly over budget, but we'll cover that. We'll find some shortfalls and some balances in other budgets to offset this expense. So we're at a good place with it.
Yeah. I got a question about you, man.
Okay.
Can you tell us what keeps you passionate about your work?
Man, that is a good question. My passion is embedded in my purpose, and that is to be a public servant.
Amen.
I have the opportunity, I'm blessed with the opportunity, Commissioner, to wake up every day with the opportunity to improve the lives of the residents of Mecklenburg County. And it's full circle for me because a lot of the services that we provide, health and human services, are services that I received growing up as a child.
Yeah.
And had it not been for those social workers back then, receiving vouchers, home vouchers, and all those things, in addition to other services, there's no way that I would be standing today as county manager.
Awesome.
And I haven't lost sight of that.
Yeah.
And now I have the opportunity to help improve the lives of individuals that have experienced similar opportunities as I did growing up. And I don't do this alone. I have 6,400 employees.
Yes.
And also a $2.5 billion budget to help us accomplish those goals.
Man.
That's my passion. That's my purpose. That's what I love to do.
Man, well, you have been phenomenal. I'm so glad I was able to get you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
It means a lot. Hope we continue to strengthen our friendship and our bond.
We will, sir.
I will continue to learn from you.
Yeah,
Are you going to
likewise.
homecoming?
I'm going to homecoming.
I'm going to be with my mom this year for her 80th birthday, so I'm going to miss it. Yeah.
I'll see you the score. I'll text you the score. Keep you updated.
That'll work, yes.
Okay.
But I want to thank you and all those in listening land. Thank you for being with us here live, here live in the town of Huntersville.
Thank you for
All right,
having me.
man. Yes, sir.
Yes,
My
sir.
pleasure.
Amen.
Yes.
Serving you better than ever before. 1059 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. On the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Retirement can feel like uncharted waters. That's where Larry Jones and Navstar Financial Planning step in to help chart a confident course for your future. After 2 meetings, if you're not delighted, you'll receive Omaha Stakes as a thank you. If you are, you'll sail away with both the stakes and a retirement plan that keeps you on course. Call 704-663-7482 today before this special offer expires. Learn more at navfs.com. That's navfs.com. Larry is a fiduciary and a member of the Financial Planning Association. Some restrictions apply.